Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to everybody's favorite show about plastic surgery, health, and beauty. This is Nip Talk. On today's episode, first off, the red flags of plastic surgery. We're going to teach you how to spot them so you can run away. And then, plastic surgery brokers. Do you need one? What are they? We're going to inform you all about that. And then finally, a med spa gets sued for a BBL disaster. This one's kind of crazy. We're going to tell you about it, and it's all coming up right now.
Live from Lincoln Center in the heart of the Dallas Metroplex, this is Nip Talk. An honest and uncensored show about plastic surgery, health, beauty, and lifestyle with your host, plastic surgeon Dr. Bruce Hermann, and your co-host, entrepreneur and social media influencer, Sarah Bennett. Now it's time to discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of the topics everyone is talking about. It's time for Nip Talk.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm your host, plastic surgeon Dr. Bruce Hermann, and back is Sarah in the hot seat. How are you, Sarah?
Hi,
It's good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 weeks since we've done an episode together.
I know.
I missed it. No, it's good to see you. Brenna, how are you? Our producer in there.
Doing well.
Yeah. Sorry to catch you off
Did you duck
guard.
out there?
Good. I forget the button is hard to reach.
All right, I'm going to have you guys weigh in on one of these things I've seen on social media lately. What's your feeling on the Cracker Barrel rebrand? Are you guys pro?
I haven't seen.
Oh, you haven't seen
I haven't
it?
seen the new rebrand. Is it like not as cluttered and like old homey style?
It's like super simple. Yeah, my like feed. I guess because I just have like news feeds. Like everyone is like complaining about the Cracker Barrel rebrand. Like I wish my life was so like boring that like Cracker Barrel's rebrand really like bothered me. I mean, people are like up in arms about it. I guess because it's been the same.
Forever.
It's been the same since like 1960s when it started.
Yeah, like with like just
It's
like
got like
random
the old
stuff
guy
everywhere.
and like the barrel, and then do you guys even like Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
I do too, man. The breakfasts are really good. Bernat, do you eat a Cracker Barrel?
I've only been like once recently.
Like went with your grandparents or something?
It was actually with my boyfriend.
Oh, really?
He
Oh, okay.
loves it there, yeah.
Oh, does he? Oh. Hey, I think the breakfasts are awesome.
They are.
But
good.
apparently, like, there's, they did a whole rebrand, and like people are like losing their
I
minds.
wonder if they're getting rid of like their country shop, like the little shop.
They
that's in
are?
there. No, I said I wonder if they are.
Oh, I don't know.
Or
That's.
a new menu, maybe a new fall menu.
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally just don't care enough.
It was so
about
hard taking Avery there when she was little.
Why? She wants you to buy everything?
Yeah. She's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I get one thing, right?
Dude, I mean,
I'm
and
like,
the store
no.
is kind of cool, and like, I'm gonna tell you that I've gone in there with my wife before, and she's bought like somebody a birthday gift at the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, they have cute stuff
That's like
in
a
there.
total Texas thing to do, or
Yeah, my mom
South
always
thing,
buys
dude.
something in there.
yeah. I mean, I usually don't, but I like to look around.
Yeah,
They have cool
it's
stuff.
fun.
Well, anyway, rebrand. Yeah, I don't know if they're changing the menu, Brandon. haven't heard about that. I hope not, because I love their breakfast.
Yeah,
I would only go to Cracker Barrel for breakfast.
yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been for lunch or dinner.
Me and my family used to go there all the time for dinner.
Oh, for dinner? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, when you
It
guys...
slaps sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't.
I
Sometimes
would say,
it
I
tastes
think
like
the
sometimes it tastes like cafeteria food.
Really? I think that the breakfast is always good. I love their breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. All right, well, let's move on to some segments. There was a lot of stuff to choose from this time. So this first segment is kind of fun, actually. This actually comes from a Huffington Post article, and basically the segment is the red flags of plastic surgery, how to spot them. I think we got a title thing, Prenny can throw it there. There we go, red flags of plastic surgery. You like that? That's
Yeah.
totally not an AI photo.
Definitely not.
So I was looking through plastic surgery articles, and this one came from the Huffington Post, which they sometimes will put out some good stuff. And so their article is titled, "We're plastic surgeons, we'd never overlook these 7 red flags." So basically, HuffPo got, yeah, there it is right there. HuffPo got, I don't know how many plastic surgeons it was, to make a list of things that they thought were red flags. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting to go over the list. Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys are, well, Sarah, you're a little ahead of Brenna, but you guys are both practically plastic surgeons at this point after being on the show for so long.
Cool.
So I thought as a group we could like go over their list and see what we thought about it, and then I definitely have some to add. Maybe you guys too. All right, so number 1 that they said is these are red flags. So this means like you're going to get plastic surgery consult, And this happens, and should you be alarmed? Surgeon not board certified in plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that would be my number one. Like that, I was like, okay, this article's off to a really.
Yeah, that should be like the first thing you look for.
Yeah.
Before you go to the appointment.
Right. Yeah, 100%. So, Brenna, you haven't been here for many episodes. I'm going to give you this education here. So, when you're talking about plastic surgeons and board certification, there's only one board. It's the American Board of Plastic Surgery. And if they don't have that, then there's just like no telling what they're training. It could have been nothing.
Yeah, they could just be like an esthetician.
Almost, yeah. I mean, I've seen, as I've said in the past, I do some malpractice consulting, and I've seen cases where you would be shocked at how little training somebody had, and they were doing plastic surgery. So that is the big one. I think that the article almost hits a home run just for having that one. American Board of Plastic Surgery, that's really, really big. Okay.
Yes.
Number 2, surgeon does not specialize in the procedure you want.
That's a good one.
What do you think?
I don't know if that's a red flag, but like I think that's important. Like
That's exactly
one of
what I
my
think.
family members wants to
Yeah.
have like a facelift.
Right. Go
And
to
it's
like a facial expert.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you'd go to somebody who specializes in facial stuff.
I agree 100% with
Especially
what
if
you
it's your
said. I don't
face.
think it's a red flag because, I mean, if I'm being honest, there are a lot of surgeries in plastic surgery which are considered bread and butter, which realistically any plastic surgeon should
be able to do.
be able to do. But I do agree that, now there are specialists. I'm a specialist. I'm a breast and body specialist. I do way, way more breast and body surgeries than anyone close to me. By like a factor of, I mean, I know some of the people around me probably do 1/10 of what I do. And obviously the more you do something, the better you get. So
Right.
I don't think it's a red flag. I do think it's a good idea if you're wanting a specific procedure.
Recommended.
Yeah, I think it's recommended. I don't know that's a red flag. So I was kind of on the fence on that one. Okay, number 3, they don't have a lot of before and after photos.
I don't
Brandon?
know.
I wouldn't like that because I
Yeah.
want to see their work personally.
Yeah,
That's like if I go and get my nails done and I just tell them what I want, but I can't show them like an example.
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't. I don't know. Just
I
I'm more reassured.
I do agree with this one. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what they mean by a lot. Do they mean like 20? Do they mean 500? I mean, I only print out like, I don't know, 15 or 20 pics. Usually I can.
I feel like your Instagram posts, your
Right.
business Instagram posts like at least once a week.
I always tell people if they want to see more, they can go to Insta, because our Insta goes back for 13 years, and we
Yeah.
have befores and afters like that entire time. So I do agree with this one, as long as I mean, if they said they got to have 1,000 photos, I mean, that's kind of silly. No one's going to print all that out. But I think it's important, yeah. I think we're all on board with that. Okay, number 4, price unusually low.
Yeah.
I do agree with that one because there is a lot of cut rate plastic surgery out there, and there's always corners cut when it's like that. Either they're not going to put you under anesthesia, which
Yeah.
makes it riskier. It's not a plastic surgeon doing it,
It's
which
in
is
Florida.
terrible. Yeah, it's in Florida. We got a Florida story coming up.
Oh my goodness.
I agree. I think that's like too good to be true.
Yeah. I always said you don't want your plastic surgeon or your airline pilot to be like the lowest bidder, right? Like
Yeah.
the person who's going to do it for the least amount of money. Like certain things I think you do want to pay for experience. Okay, number 5, you feel pressured to proceed with surgery. So like high pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that that's not good. I am super low pressure in my office. I tell people, take your time, think things over, call us back, come back in if you want to talk.
Yeah.
I do that mostly because, I just don't like to run a high pressure business,
Right.
But I do think it makes people feel more comfortable. I think when people are pressured to do stuff, that's like negative, don't you?
Yeah.
Say, I hate that.
I wouldn't like that.
I hate if I go to to buy something, they're like, oh, you have to buy it right now. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to buy it right now
Actually,
just
no,
because you
I
said that. Yeah, exactly. If they told me I couldn't buy it, then I probably would.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can't buy this.
Yeah,
What?
you
What?
do a consultation with somebody. This is what I can do for you, but I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do it right now.
Yeah. So come back. Never.
Well, actually, that comes to number 6, Sarah. No wait time for surgery, and then I also put on my own or consults. Is that a red flag if there's no wait time?
I don't know. I guess that means you're not like.
So you're not busy.
Yeah,
So
you're not
I'll
like
tell you, I think it's a little bit of a red flag. It just depends because, so right now it's a slow time of the year and we're basically booked out almost through the end of September and we have most of November booked. So at this point, obviously in my career, I'm very busy. I mean, if somebody can get you on like the next day, unless they say, hey, I had someone cancel, that does mean that they're not doing a lot of surgery. And so is the fact that they're not doing a lot of surgery a red flag? I mean, sort of, right? I mean, you want somebody that's doing
busy, successful.
Yeah, right. Like patients want to come to them. So I kind of think that's it's not a huge red flag, it's a red flag. Okay, number 7, actively upsell you. I mean, I agree. I mean, I think some people are more prone to do that. I think it's personally unethical for me as a plastic surgeon. Like if you came in and say, hey, I want to do my boobs, I'm like, oh, well, have you thought about getting rid of those love handles? Like, I mean, it's a little unethical to me.
I feel like that's like mean.
Well, yeah, and plus, like, 'cause I feel like that you have a little bit of power over patients. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if I say as a plastic surgeon, oh man, you really should get rid of that because everyone notices that. Like they're probably gonna believe you, and it's like you're using your power like for your own benefit.
Yeah,
so
because you're the expert.
Right.
Yeah.
And I oftentimes have people come into my office and they say, what do you recommend I get? I'm like, sorry, I don't do that. Like, you tell me what you have concerns about and I'll tell you what your options are. Like, I'm not going to tell you what plastic surgery you need. Like, I'll tell you if I think you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck, which is a way of saying you need this or you don't, right? But you have to tell me, So that was their 7. I thought overall it was a pretty good list. But I actually had, all right, Sarah, I'm not going to put Brenna on the spot. She's too new. Sarah, you've been around a long time.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think, knowing what you know, do you have any other red flags that you would think of? And if you don't, it's fine. I'm not asking you to put you on the spot.
I think number 1, you already know what I'm going to say. They specialize in like BBLs and things like that.
They
maybe
specialize
not specialize,
or
but
like,
they
so for example,
advertise it a lot.
They do that, or maybe like super giant breast augmentation. Like they're doing things outside of the bread and butter. Yeah, I would agree. I didn't even have that.
Like they don't do mostly natural looking procedures. Like they're like
I
obnoxious.
like that one. In fact, I did not have that on my list. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a hats off. Brendan, you want to jump in there? I said I was gonna put you on the spot. I know you're new. You got anything? What would bother you? Anything?
I was trying to think of something to like surprise y'all, and I can't. So
It's okay. It's all right.
She
it's
was
cool.
like,
After
"They're
you've been
really
here for like a
bad."
few months, you'll be able to rattle stuff off like Sarah did. Okay, it's cool. All right, I'm going to give you my additions to this.
Okay.
All right, and some of these are pretty good. If they call themselves a cosmetic surgeon,
Okay, yeah.
that's a red flag.
I remember you
because
saying that before.
no plastic surgeon would ever call themselves a cosmetic surgeon. They may say, I do cosmetic surgery.
Yeah.
But there is no such thing as a cosmetic surgeon. And when people are not plastic surgeons, like say they're, an OBGYN doing breast augs, they call themselves cosmetic surgeons. So if someone calls them a cosmetic surgeon, that is a huge red flag. Also, this one's kind of interesting. If someone says they're like triple board certified.
That doesn't exist.
It does exist technically, but
nothing to do with plastic surgery.
right. There's only one board for plastics, and that's the only board that matters. And so, like, I actually had my general surgery boards, but I would never advertise myself as a double board certified. Like, it doesn't make it. My board certification in general surgery, which I don't even have anymore, but it means nothing about plastic surgery. So a lot of times when people are not properly trained, I see this all the time when I'm like reviewing cases and it's not a plastic surgeon. It'll be like triple board certified, Ivy League trained.
Yeah, I feel like that falls under that like desperation.
Yeah,
that,
it's like overcompensating.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
That is a red flag. Okay, this one's controversial. Office ORs. I'm just not a huge fan of office OR, and I'll give you 2 reasons why. And I'm going to preface this by saying I know some fantastic surgeons who have office ORs.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's what I
legit.
had my surgery in.
Okay.
But I was put to sleep. Like I was
Yeah,
out.
it was legit. Okay. So my two beefs with office ORs are, one, and we've talked about this several times over the years. There is less regulation in those things, and there can be bad outcomes because there's not any oversight or regulation.
Yeah.
And we've talked, like, remember the surgeon that didn't call 911 and the patient died because everyone was like, call 911. It's like, no, this is fine. That would never fly, like, in a surgery center.
No.
So that is a risk for sure. Like it is absolutely safer to do surgery in a surgery center than office OR.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that's where non-plastic surgeons have to be, right? And so there's a chance that if it's an office OR that it might not be a real plastic surgeon,
Right.
because that's their only option. They can't go to surgery center. That one's a little controversial. All right, plastic surgery mills. You know, the places where you're going to, you know,
It's like a
Sonobello
franchised place.
or franchised plastic surgery. That's a huge red flag. We've talked about that. If they encourage medical tourism, so like say even like a legit plastic surgeon, like say they live in Miami, and they're like, oh no, come on down and have surgery with me. I think that's a red flag. I have people contact me on social media about coming out, and I almost try to talk them out of it, unless they live close enough.
Like unless you're like, do you have relatives here?
Yeah, the problem with it is, you know, it does decrease the doctor-patient relationship a little bit, but also like if you have any issues post-op, then it's problematic. You know, if somebody comes from, we had one lady a year or so ago that came from New Mexico, and you know, I had the whole conversation, but they lived out in the sticks in New Mexico, and they're like, there's nobody in between us and you that we feel comfortable with. We do our surgery. I'm like, sure. So we do her surgery, and she had a very minor issue afterwards, nothing big. But she had to like drive back a time or two so I could just check her to make sure she was doing okay. And that, you know, put burden on them. And thankfully, like her issue was, you know, almost nothing. But, you know, it did put like a little bit of burden on them. They had to come back for me to check them. So
That's wild.
All right, the last one. If they do not spend time with you in the consult, I think that's a problem. I hate that when, you know, and I have people tell me that all the time when they do multiple consults with different doctors, and they'll say, the last doctor I went into, I saw the doctor for like 5 minutes and that was it. You know, I just don't think that you get enough information from the patient to really kind of sort out what they're looking for, and I think there's an increased risk that, you know, you may end up with an outcome that you're not
Getting
happy
a
with.
plastic surgery is kind of it's a
It's
surgery,
a big deal,
but then
right?
it's also elective. So it's like,
there's no rush.
so it's
Shop around.
they're not doing a good job if they're not there trying to.
Right, yeah, I see what you're saying, yes. Yeah, I think that it's very important to spend time with patients to kind of really nail down, like, okay, what is it that they're after, and make sure that you listen to them and not just jump on the first thing that they say. Because a lot of times a lot of patients come in and say, I want a breast aug, and then you talk to them, and they really don't want a breast aug, they just want a breast lift, right? But if you like don't take the time to talk to them, then you end up giving them a surgery that they
really didn't
want. They asked for it, but they didn't really want it. So.
Yeah.
All right, let me recap this one, Brennan. Today we were talking about red flags in plastic surgery, and this came from a Huffington Post article, which is pretty interesting. It talked about things that are red flags if you're having a plastic surgery consult that you should be nervous about. And so I thought the article was good. We went through all the ones they listed, and we added our own. Some of the highlights: making sure that your surgeon is board certified by the American Board of Plastic Surgery. I think that is definitely number one. Talked about other things. So some of the ones I added were things making sure that they're not calling themselves a cosmetic surgeon, because that typically is somebody who's not a plastic surgeon. Talking about if they spend enough time with you, if they specialize in your procedure. So it was a pretty good list of things. We went through all about, 13 or 14 things or potential red flags. If you want to learn more about those, then check out the episode. It's a good one. So, okie dokie.
Red flags.
Red flags. I think that was a cool one. I don't know if we've ever done that. I want to say maybe we have.
I think so.
Have we? I wonder if it would be funny to watch both episodes and see if they're similar. They would have to be.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah. Well, this one we were kind of reviewing someone else's article, so I think it was good. Okie dokie. So I learned something new when I was looking for topics this week. I learned what a plastic surgery broker is. Have you ever heard of plastic surgery brokers?
Mm-mm.
No? Brennan, plastic surgery brokers?
It's like a loan officer for
Yeah, almost. Right.
get
Okay.
loans for.
So this is a segment about plastic surgery brokers, good or bad. Also not an AI photo there. I took that picture myself.
Sure.
So this comes from
All your doctor friends in the background.
Yeah. I was like, ma'am, you look very businesslike. Can you stand here right in front of my doctor friends? That definitely happened. Okay, this comes from an article from Vogue. I was reading a lot of magazine articles this week.
Vogue.
Want to get a facelift abroad? You might need a plastic surgery broker. And I kind of figured out what it meant when I saw that, but I didn't know these things really existed. So what is a plastic surgery broker? Well, that is a person that connects patients in the United States, and they do have plastic surgery brokers in other countries too, to plastic surgeons in other countries.
Okay.
Right. So I guess they're trying to help people find a surgeon in a different country. So you can already tell them.
Oh, that's what that's like only what it's for? Okay.
Yeah, it's finding plastic surgeons abroad.
Oh, so it's like a little...
It's like a middleman.
Like what are those, like a vacation person?
Travel agent for plastic surgery.
It's a travel agent for
plastic surgery. Travel agent. Yeah, basically that.
And then they help you find a package,
a legit
like a
one.
Vacation package,
right? Yeah,
and they get you a deal. And
that's basically it. Yeah, so that's exactly right. They claim to give access to their vetted surgeons and assist in travel and logistics. In exchange, you pay them a fee. Right?
I feel like that could be a red flag.
I think it's a huge red flag.
I think that's how all those dudes are going to Turkey to get their hair plugs.
Yeah, we're adding that to the list. Plastic surgery brokers. No, so they claim they have this rigorous vetting process for surgeons that they recommend, yet none of them will tell you what that is. It's like, oh, it's super It was kind of, the article is kind of, I will say the article is very fair, because the first half of it was talking about plastic surgery brokers and all the things they do and saying positive things, but then the last half of the article was almost totally trashing them, because they brought in some plastic surgeon as an expert, and he was just like, no, this is garbage.
They Google search, that's what they do. That's their regimen.
Probably so. So yeah, they claim this rigorous vetting process, yet they give no specifics on it. And so, Brenna, why some people might, I keep saying Brenna, because I'm trying to catch you up to speed on 3 years of Nip Talk. So sorry if I
appreciate it.
Thank you. So good, right? Good. That's good. So the reason that people go overseas, for Brendan and other people might be watching this, is you can get plastic surgery for 25 to 50% of the cost in the United States. It's dirt cheap. Okay. But again, we just talked about this last segment. I'm not sure surgery is what you want to get done by the lowest bidder.
Yeah.
Just sounds like a bad move. So as I said, the article did go on to give strong warnings about using plastic surgery brokers. And this is interesting, because this is not one I would have come up with. Financial brokers, right? They're heavily regulated. It's an industry regulated. It's an industry that's regulated by outside forces. There is no regulation whatsoever in plastic surgery brokers, none. So you have no way to know if these brokers are acting in your best interest as a patient, or are they acting in their own best interests? Because some of these brokers do get kickbacks from the surgeon.
Yeah.
Meaning
they're sponsored by.
Right. So what that means is if the person books a surgery with the surgeon that got referred by the plastic surgery broker, then that surgeon gives them a kickback. And so when you get that kind of stuff happening, then it's yeah, right, I'm not going to believe that they're going to pick the best one. They're going to pick the one that pays them the most.
Yeah.
So there's really no regulation in that. And the other thing too is navigating the complexities of training and certification is almost impossible in the United States. I mean, people get fooled all the time. We were just talking about that in the last segment, and there's the segment coming up after this one, that there's a lot of shenanigans out there where people are doing stuff that they're not trained for. And even here in the United States, even other doctors get confused. Now, I know because it's my industry and I talk about it all the time, but how is a patient supposed to know? Okay, well, if that's the case in the United States, how is anyone going to know what the heck happens in Colombia?
Yeah.
You have no idea if these people are properly trained. And then aside from all of that about the proper vetting and the training and all that, there is just the risk of having plastic surgery abroad.
Yeah.
We've talked about this, I don't know how many times. You got things like language barriers.
Right.
Talking medical jargon is almost a different language in and of itself. And I even do that here on the show, where I'll say something, you guys look at me like I have 5 heads because I said some medical term that I've been using my whole life that is not really a commonly known term.
Yeah.
So, medical terminology in itself is difficult, and then you throw in like language barriers, then suddenly like the doctor-patient relationship starts to break down.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
And we always talk about how that, at least in my opinion, is one of the absolute most critical factors to having a good outcome, is that good doctor-patient relationship. And then you have to think about things like, you're flying in there and getting a consult, so it could oftentimes be rushed. But I think really the worst parts of the next two things, one, a lot of times complications occur week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the road. What do you do if you have your surgery in Colombia and you get home and then your incision falls apart? Like, you're screwed. I mean, you ain't going back to Colombia.
You think that they would have, like, if they do that and they are being like legit and like, like a good business, that they would have like a recommended doctor or hospital like in America where you're from, or something like that.
It'd be hard though, because they get people from all over, so it's like
Yeah.
they're like, just go to the hospital. But then the problem is like you go to the hospital and most doctors don't want to deal with
Just
it.
go to the plastic surgeon you were gonna go to before you
Right,
found me.
so they can deal with the complications. Yeah, plastic
Literally.
surgeons absolutely love
You
that.
should go undercover and ask. Be like, hey, I want plastic surgery, and see what kind of surgeons they send you, and then you can be like,
then
these
I
are
could-
all crap. What are you doing?
Oh, that would be interesting, Sarah.
Not certified, loser.
That would be very. We were talking about doing undercover stuff the other day. We may have
That's
to
your
like
first
branch
assignment, right there. You wouldn't have to go anywhere. You just
do it from home.
Yeah, you just get on the computer.
out. We'll have to talk about this. Maybe
Okay.
we'll do it. I'm gonna recruit you. So there's the complication issue. The other thing that's a really big problem is legal protection. If you get straight up botched in another country, you have no recourse. You can't sue them.
Really? Why?
You gonna sue someone in Colombia? Like, you can't do it. It's impossible.
Oh,
But I guess anything's theoretically possible, but realistically, it's impossible.
so if they like gave you 3 boobs instead of 2, you couldn't be like,
yeah, there's nothing you can do.
really? But you could do something in America about it.
Yeah, you can sue people. Yeah,
But
we
you
do
can't
that.
do that in other countries.
Not to my knowledge.
Oh,
Like, yeah, there's laws that are going to prevent that from happening.
ew.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I mean, if you get botched, like you're screwed.
Well, then. That's why it's so cheap.
Yeah, right. And also too, there are numerous studies out there that clearly document that the complication rate for plastic surgery abroad is much higher than the United States. Like, it's not one study or two; it's a bunch. So,
And that just has to do with like how well we're trained.
training, sterility, the follow-ups.
Right.
I mean, a lot of times if somebody starts to have a problem and you can see them, you can cut that off before it happens, right? That doesn't happen if you do medical tourism.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on your own once you leave. I mean, you can call them, but I mean, they're not going to be able to do anything
Right.
to help you. So I'm like giving plastic surgery brokers a big thumbs down, but because it deals with medical tourism.
Yeah.
I mean, if there were plastic surgery brokers for the United States, I mean, okay, maybe I could get behind that. But I still don't even like medical tourism in the United States. I mean, the same,
Specifically to Florida.
specifically Florida, right? There are the issues with doctor-patient relationship and complications happening,
Yeah.
not being able to get back to your
I
doctor.
mean, more checkups means better.
Yeah, it does. I mean, if you can't see your
Care.
doctor, that's a bad thing. Especially,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing something minor, okay, fine. But like big surgeries, you have a complication, like you need,
What would you consider like a big surgery, like a tummy?
like tummy tucks
thing? Yeah.
or like maybe, breast lift and augmentation at the same time.
But not just like a boob job, just like a regular.
I mean, like basic lipo is probably pretty safe, but I still wouldn't let anyone outside the country do it. I mean, no way, man.
You wouldn't go outside the country to get some boobs?
No. Negative. I would not. Yeah, in fact, my daughter got hurt when we were in the Bahamas. And they're like, we'll take you to the hospital. It's like, I think not. I was like, I'm just going to stabilize this and I'll take care of it when I get.
What happened to her?
She hit her face on something metal and cut her face open.
Good Lord.
And they were like, yeah, we can take you to the local hospital in Nassau and get it stitched up.
And
I
you're
was
like, and you're like, and what? Ruined my daughter's beautiful face?
I was like,
no.
I think no. I was like, I'll just take some butterfly bandages and I'll just patch this up
We're
until
just
we
going to
get
go
home.
to the pharmacy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have a little spill on international hospitals. So my cousin lives in Italy right now because her husband.
Really? Where?
Oh, I'm blanking.
Oh, okay.
But she was pregnant and she had to give birth at a hospital in Italy.
Oh,
and they
okay.
wouldn't let her husband be in the delivery room with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she said it just looked like a
I mean,
really sketchy old hospital.
I think there's definitely a difference in the healthcare in like, first world countries like Italy, and, places like Dominican Republic,
Yeah.
Or Turkey. I mean, I would feel more safe in Italy, I think, than some places.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, for me, like if I ever get sick and I'm out away from the United States
What country were you in?
on my trip,
When
we're
your
in
daughter got her face hurt?
we're in Bahamas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes. No. Absolutely not. No offense, Bahamas. Love you, but you're
Love
not
your
operating on my
beaches,
daughter.
not your
Yeah,
doctor's
yeah,
offices.
Yeah. I'm not down for your surgery. All right. I'm gonna recap this one real quick. All right, Brennan. So today we were talking about plastic surgery brokers, which is something that I didn't know existed. And a plastic surgery broker basically hooks you up with a plastic surgeon in another country where you can run off and get plastic surgery for 25 to 50% of the cost of the United States. Sounds great, but no. So I talk on the show all the time about how I hate medical tourism. It is almost impossible to vet the training and credentials of a surgeon in another country. It's hard to do in the United States. So when you go outside of the country, there really is no telling what the training, certification, and the qualifications of the facility that you are at are. So that's one of the reasons that there are many studies out there that show that the complication rate for plastic surgery is much higher when people go outside the United States as versus when they stay home and get plastic surgery. There are other big issues with it. Most complications happen after you're already home, which then present a problem because no one wants to take care of those issues when you had surgery with someone else. There's the issue of no legal repercussions if you get botched or have malpractice had to you. You cannot sue those surgeons. There's issues with the doctor-patient relationship, just related to being kind of like a fast in and out visit, and also language barriers. So I am very much against medical tourism. I'm not even a big fan of people doing medical tourism within the United States for a lot of the reasons that I stated. And even when I have people reach out to me on social media, I oftentimes will encourage them to find a plastic surgeon near them just because it does make it safer. So plastic surgery brokers get a big thumbs down for me. Do not do medical tourism. It's just not very safe.
Not cool.
Not cool. Excellent.
The biggest red flag.
That is a big red flag. All right, Sarah, I know you love a good Florida story.
Good creepy Florida story.
This one's terribly sad.
Does it
just
involve
like,
alligators?
no alligators in this one.
Oh.
It's really
Crocodiles.
sad. It's like every time we talk about Florida, it's always depressing because it's like some terrible thing. I mean, we just did a segment. I don't know if, Brennan, you were here yet. We just did a segment about how Miami has like a huge problem with plastic surgery deaths.
I think I was.
Oh, you were here for that
I
one?
think so.
Yeah, that was a good segment. Anyway, so another tragic story out of Florida. All right, so this is about, oh my God, a med spa that's getting sued for a BBL disaster. This is just horrible. So a 50-year-old woman named Datis Garces went to A&E Med Spa in Miami. So obviously you go to med spa because you want to get a Brazilian butt lift. I just don't know why people do things like that. It's just so crazy. Like,
And that's what happened to her? She's in a wheelchair now?
Oh yeah, she's like really messed up. It's terrible. So she goes to a med spa to get a Brazilian butt lift. Brazilian butt lifts are bad, Brenna. I don't know if you've been here long enough, but I'm really not a fan of those.
Danger, danger.
Yeah, right. So this is a red flag, right? Getting surgery at a med spa, that's a big red flag. We're talking about red flags today in other segments. So after her surgery, she suffered a pulmonary embolism. So that's basically she got a blood clot, and the blood clot got into her.
From getting fat put back into her
So
body.
it wasn't a fat embolism.
Okay.
Allegedly. Now, I think sometimes people get confused, and I think sometimes people get fat embolisms, and fat embolisms are really rare, but like pulmonary blood clot embolisms are not.
Yeah.
So I would probably guess, and this is just speculation, that she actually had a fat embolism, but I don't know that. There wasn't enough details. It is possible to get a regular blood clot pulmonary embolism from surgery, but BBL
She was
specifically.
older. She was older too.
She was older, yes. Well, 50, that's young these days.
To get a BBL,
True.
it's a little past your prime to be getting that.
Sarah, you're You're not wrong.
What's she doing out there?
Maybe she was living her best 50-year-old life. That's what
On
I'm
the
doing right now.
streets? What is she doing?
I don't know. Anyway, so she had an embolism, but it said pulmonary. I probably was fat embolism, and she got severe brain damage. I think I have a before and after of her, which is really sad. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, she really got messed up. She has like a
Gosh.
feeding tube, and she like can't walk. I mean, it's just horrible. So the family is suing the med spa and the surgeon for two main reasons. One of which was the interesting part here, which
Well,
I
she
think
doesn't. Well, from the picture, she doesn't look like she hasn't.
has enough fat to do BBL.
Well, that she just. I mean, she looks like she's had. Like
Filler.
she likes to do stuff like that. Like she's probably got like Botox and probably has implants, like boob implants.
You think she's a regular plastic surgery?
Like she's like, I think she frequents she probably frequented the med spa to get like Botox and all that kind of
Maybe
stuff.
so. Yeah, maybe.
That's what I would think, because why else would she trust them to do a BBL surgery?
You might be right, Sarah, because I was asking like, why in the world would someone go to a med spa to get surgery? And then you're right, she probably went there for other things. Okay, so med spa and the surgeon are getting sued for two main reasons. The first one was that they claimed that she was not properly consented about the dangers, which, you know, I that's definitely possible. I mean, without seeing it, I couldn't speculate one way or the other about that. But I mean, I do see that in my own malpractice work where I'm doing expert witness stuff, that consent's not always properly explained.
Yeah.
But the more important one, the family claims that the med spa presented the surgeon as a board-certified plastic surgeon. Mm-hmm. And he
he's
was
not.
not. Yeah.
What kind of surgeon was he?
He was a general surgeon. So Dr. Hermann Morales was the guy. He's obviously not a great plastic surgeon, because a week after she had her issue, another patient died from BBL.
At his location?
Yeah, yes.
Gross.
Yeah, so that's like 2 catastrophic complications in like 2 weeks. But yeah, he's a general surgeon, but the family's claiming that that the facility presented him as a board-certified plastic surgeon. So we were kind of talking about that earlier.
Was it like his facility, or was it like a franchised place?
It's, I mean, it's kind of like a franchise place, because it wasn't him that owned it.
Yeah.
He was working for them.
Okay.
Yeah, because they said he no longer works there, which means that it wasn't his facility.
Yeah. What an ego, man. Like,
Dude,
oh,
it happens all the time.
like, oh, my last patient just before this almost died, so I'm going to go ahead and do this on you. It's okay, though.
Yeah,
Like, what a loser.
big time. I think he
Gosh.
actually had some actions taken against him by the medical board.
Well, he should. He
yeah,
almost
totally.
killed 2 people.
But I think that this is important because they're specifically going after the facility for what I would consider fraud or misleading marketing to basically try to convince someone that their surgeon is legitimate.
Yeah.
In fact, like, and I have a case where that is going on right now,
Well,
where that is one of the big things that we're saying.
Yeah, they should definitely be suing that
Yeah.
med spa, because it's like they
trusted them.
potentially
They misled
promoted
him.
him to do this surgery on her that almost killed her. Then literally, you said a couple weeks later, somebody died from a BBL
Right.
later, and then they just were like, "Hey, that's fine that you did that. Go ahead and do this
Yeah,
one
do
because
another
you're
one."
really good at it."
Yeah, exactly.
So like, what is that? That is
it's
so
just
sad.
very sad.
That could
seedy
almost
business.
like, I wonder if he could get in trouble for like
criminal.
knowing that he could kill somebody because
Right.
he's like he
Like
wasn't
criminal
good at
negligence.
it. Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
just like what is that, like negligence, because he knew that he wasn't. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
I agree. I mean, I think that, you know, it's not unreasonable to open it up to like actual criminal.
I would. 'Cause,
Criminal
like,
penalties.
It's like if you're knowing. It's like, I don't know. That's just like a drunk driving and you get
Yeah.
in a car accident.
Well, you know, and the
you
crazy
know that
thing
you're not
is-
supposed to do it and you still
Yeah.
do it anyways.
And the crazy thing is like every single week almost we talk about stories that are just like this. It's just like it's in the news like all the time, and no one is doing anything.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
knew
it's
he
like-
shouldn't have done that surgery.
It's like, I mean, how many people have to get killed or have these horrible outcomes before someone does something like I mean, it would require laws basically saying, you can't do surgery on someone in your office, like especially if you don't have the proper training. That should be against the law.
Yeah, if people are going to be getting BBLs, it needs to be in a hospital for sure.
I mean, a surgery center at least, but yes.
Yeah.
I like a legit place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm interested to see where this goes. I mean, because again, I have almost an exact same, case where I'm the expert, and we're saying the same thing. The patient thought that they were a legitimate plastic surgeon. They were misled. They were deceived. And my argument is, and I even say this when I'm being an expert, is like, it's not the patient's responsibility to navigate the complexities of training and certification. It's the doctor's ethical duty or the facility's ethical duty to be transparent about what their training is.
Yeah.
And these places are not. They're not. I mean, it's, again, I agree with you. It almost should be criminal.
Yeah. That's messed up.
So again, the recurrent theme in these bad outcomes, I found 3 recurrent themes in bad outcomes in these segments that we do. Brazilian butt lifts,
Yeah.
inadequately trained surgeons, and plastic surgery mills.
Yeah.
It's the trifecta of like dying from plastic surgery. It's like when we do a segment on some terrible outcome, it's
almost always those 3
it's
things.
almost those 3 things together. Yeah, it's like the trifecta of like, I want to die from having plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Gosh.
But education's the key to avoiding the danger. It's why we do what we do. We're like
Yes.
heroes, the 3 of us. Like the 3
One
amigos
show at
of
a time.
plastic surgery. All right, I'm going to recap this real quick, Brenna. Today we were talking about a very sad story out of Florida, of course, where a med spa is getting sued for a Brazilian butt lift disaster. Very sad, a 50-year-old woman went in to get a Brazilian butt lift, and after her surgery, she had an embolism and she got severe brain damage, and thankfully she survived, but she is not herself. She now is wheelchair bound and has severe mental disabilities from the brain damage, has to have a feeding tube, and her family is suing the facility for 2 reasons, which is kind of the interesting part of this tragic story. One, they were saying that she was not properly consented on the dangers of the surgery, which I think is totally legitimate. But more importantly, they're suing because the facility presented their surgeon as a board-certified plastic surgeon. The patient and the patient's family believed the surgeon to be a properly trained and certified plastic surgeon, and he was not. He was just a general surgeon doing plastic surgeries. And so I find that interesting because that is a very common theme with these plastic surgery mills and also with non-plastic surgeons to present themselves triple board certified, Ivy League trained, blah, blah, blah. And in reality, they're not really trained in anything that has to do with anything plastic surgery related. So this is an interesting case. Be kind of going to be one definitely I'm going to kind of follow up to see what happens with this, because I think it is a big problem. And that's why we're here at Nip Talk, to educate people on what to avoid. So, all right, we're back, Sarah, after a few weeks off.
We're back.
I think we had a good episode. Brenna, you give us a gold star for this episode?
Yes. Gold
Yes,
star.
okay, all right, thank you.
She learned stuff.
You learned stuff.
I did.
Pretty soon you're going to be
I
able
like
to
the
spout
red
all these
flags.
things off, right? You're going to be like the expert, going to like cocktail parties or raves or whatever it is you do in your
if
free
your friends
time.
ever say they want a BBL,
Yeah.
just snip that in the butt, literally.
Yeah, they say, want a BBL. You're like, no.
Especially
Out of the country?
international, yeah.
Yes, see, Brenda, look at her. She's a fast learner. All right. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Please hit that like, subscribe button, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about on the next episode of Nip Talk.
Bye.